Standards-based grading focus on Fix 2 late work. Fix 2 states don't reduce scores on work submitted late. Provide support for the learner. Now, we're not suggesting that teachers should condone or ignore lateness when students submit late work, but teachers should keep track and records of that student's timeliness and report that on the behavior part of the report card. They can also assign other consequences that they would for any other unacceptable classroom behavior. Maybe even direct parent contact may be necessary, especially if the lateness is chronic, but it should never be reflected in the grade. So how do we do this in the grade book? Let's open up a grade book. First thing is make sure you're in the right class, the right term, reporting term. We only have one here. I am going to add an assignment, so I click add an assignment. Let's say we discussed this with our PLC that we're going to do a formative assessment. So we're going to have a checkpoint on week 6. And we'll tab, I'm going to say it's a formative checkpoint, 0 points. And we decided to do this the week of the 23rd. Standards, we were going to do some writing ones. And that's the first 3 we're going to start. So we'll save those. Now when I close this, you can see our standard is listed there in the color that reflects the category with the standards drawer. Let's open that up. There's our 3 standards. Oh, Nicholas had some problems getting this paper written, but everyone else did. And your average was right there with the 3. Lisa Compliant was a 2.5. Francis 504 was a 3. Gifted Gwen, of course. If I didn't know what the standard is, I can hover over it, remember, and it will tell me. Supports logical reasoning. Oh, she wasn't quite there yet. 2, 3. Right on average with old Andrew. This here one here uses word and phrases. Okay, pretty good. I'd say they had a 3 here, 3 here, and a 4. Now Nicholas didn't have it in, so all these students were done. So I'm going to hit a period and return. Period, check, check, done. And I'm going to do a comment and say late. Now I'll hit save. Now the scores will be calculated. I'll close the drawer. And therefore I got that. And now when he does come in, I can still open this drawer and now give him his scores that he truly did have, and whatever kind of consequences that he may have suffered. So now I hit save, and I can still put a checkbox as done, because the comment C still tells me that the paper was late. You will notice now that the standards drawer has turned red, indicating that all the standards have been filled in for that. I'm going to save that, and we are now completed. And therefore, when you look at the students' scorebook, once you have a bunch of L's along here, you'll see Nicholas may have some trouble turning his stuff in on time. Therefore, to summarize this all up, penalties distort achievement and motivation, and generally are very ineffective. If they would be effective, we'd never have late paper. So the fix for late student work is a positive, supportive approach that directly affects that student's behavior, therefore leaving the score and the resulting grades as pure measurements of achievement.